Hello. In this program, we'll be looking forward to September Screen Nation Awards, the UK's version of the Black Oscars. For the first time in its history, West African cinema will be honoured with categories for Film of the Year and Screen Personality of the Year being introduced at this year's ceremony. The winners from each category will be decided by you, the viewers. In a moment, we'll be taking a look at the nominations, details of how to vote for your favourite, plus a chance to win an all-expenses-paid holiday to Ghana, where in addition you'll be spending 1 week in a luxury 5-star hotel, courtesy of ATS, the UK's #1 Ghanaian travel agency, Ghana Tours and Ghana Airways. But first, let's look at the increasing role West African cinema is playing here in the UK, both in the local communities and the media.
One thing I believe the world loves about West African and Nigerian films right now is that it still has its originality.
I think Nollywood is one representation of West African cinema. It's the one that's getting all the headlines now because it appears to be so successful.
I think that originality is what sells us. We're black, we love it, we're good, and that's how it is.
It's got interest from newspapers here, even from the BBC, I think, went out and did a film about it.
African cinema has got a great future. But whether or not it's going to happen sooner or later, I'd rather it happen sooner.
For Palmwood Studios, read Eweka Road. For Denzel Washington, read Pete Edochie. For Bollywood, read Nollywood, a term of endearment owing to the prominence of the Nigerian film industry in the late 1970s. Disturbed by the absence of black faces on television, fledgling filmmakers began to make tribal plays for the screen. By the early 1990s, filming on celluloid had become too expensive and production shifted to video. This turned out to be a blessing.
When I was growing up, I didn't see Nigerian films, I saw Indian films in cinemas in Lagos. In those days, the films were very colorful and they were they were glamorous and colorful, and that's all I saw.
Maybe one of the reasons why it's called Nollywood, the Nigerian film industry, is that similar to Bollywood, it's seen as a type of product that's mainly geared towards local markets.
Nollywood? What's that?
They tend to have these quite melodramatic, titles, or they're kind of domestic situations. There's situations of, issues around infidelity, around, maybe a woman who's a prostitute who's gone wrong and is then saved, by God or by something in the final sort of bit. So a lot of things that Nigerians like.
Well, I think they really should be one unified body that decides what this industry should be called.
I think West African cinema can be big business. It's becoming increasingly profitable. I think people are beginning to do things from the bottom up now. They're real entrepreneurs and they're managing to do amazing things despite the problems of distribution.
Furthermore, the issue of piracy is a cause of concern for the filmmaker who's losing out on potential revenue. What's even more frightening is that the scale of piracy is likely to continue because of the high legal cost of fighting it. That aside, with Nigeria being the most populous black nation in the world, West African cinema is big business for everyone in the chain, from the video shopkeeper to the A-list actor.
I'm pleased that Nigeria has got a film industry now. There's only Hollywood and Bollywood are bigger than Nollywood. Obviously that's good news.
Every voice is needed. The voice of Screen Nation is particularly needed because what you're doing, like you're saying, is sending ripples across. So underneath that ripples, Screen Nation, we are asking you, carry this voice.